Alright, got the body pretty much done. I did go back and sand it a little bit and to try to match the top and the body a bit better. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting on a little true oil mixed in with mineral spirits, about half and half, and just because I'm excited to see how the top comes out. And while that dries and stuff, I'm gonna start working on the neck. I got it all traced out. I just used that guy to get the template. Gonna be using my Japanese saw, and well, we'll see if it's fun or not. Alright, got it pretty close. I'm gonna hammer and chisel it the rest of the way, then I'll sand it. Looking sick. Alright, I got the headstock pretty much done, about as close as I'm going to be able to get it. Next thing I'm going to do is level and crown the frets. Got it all taped off with some permanent marker. Got a cheap little level, and I just took it to a table saw, put some sandpaper on the table saw table, and then just use that to flatten this up. Got some 180 on it. I am going to take off the nut, just going to use this guy and a little hammer, so that way I can get all the way across and make sure it's nice and even and I'm not lifting up to get over that nut. And then I have my StewMac Z file to get them nice and round. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to sand this, wait until all the frets have the permanent marker coming off of it, because then that's how you're going to know that they're all even. And then once that's done, you just come in with this guy, and you're basically going to try to get a thin little permanent marker strip. So you're going to sand a little bit on this side, a little bit on this side, and just bring that little landing strip to the center. Got them all flat. Gonna go ahead and add more permanent marker to it, and I'm gonna go to the Z file. Thin strips. Gonna wire in a no-load tone pot. Just gonna do it the same way that this thing is. Also gonna replace the capacitor for an orange drop. 0.022, hoping it makes my mini humbucker that I'm going to be adding turn a little bit brighter, because I'm going to be using it for clean paint, playing mostly. Did have to use a reamer to get the hole big enough for this guy to fit through, so just a heads up. Just don't really have the space to film this, but got this all soldered up. I am going to have to make the control cavity a little bit bigger to fit this. With soldering, I'd recommend getting a really good solder gun. I got the Xtronic 3000 series. I go around a 380, depending on how big the glob is. And you basically, the solder will go to where the heat is. So you basically heat up the part, and then you put the solder on, and it should melt on. I like to put a little solder onto the tip of the gun first, too. Get some on there, too. But I would definitely watch some videos to double check that you're doing it right, because it's pretty hard. Alright, got the neck close enough for my liking. Got it sanded up to 220, all cleaned up. Gonna go ahead and put some shellac in it. Gonna dilute that with some denatured ethanol, about a 1:8 ratio. Gonna be using some testing blocks that I use from when I shape that up to make sure I get the color I like. And yeah, so let's see how this goes. So I don't know if you can see it, but I gotta drill out this hole. It is super off. I got this all hollowed out so the new no-load tone pot fits. Just gonna use a toothpick. You should use a real hardwood dowel and don't be like me, but yeah, I'm gonna put some glue in there, toothpick, wait for it to dry, break it off, and then I'll just re-drill a new hole. Got the shellac done on the neck. This took quite a bit of effort. In my experience, shellac looks way different after 24 hours. So if you do end up using it, just be patient, go slow. Next thing I'm going to do is add some true oil. Mix it in with a little bit of mineral spirits to thin it out a little bit, so that way I don't have to sand as much. It's a super easy finish to put on. Just going to go until the neck gets a shine to it that I like, not too many. And yeah.